All right, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're going to tackle a huge concept, one that could totally change how you see, well, everything. It's the idea that you are truly limitless. So let's get into it.
So the source material we're looking at today kicks off with this incredibly bold statement. I mean, think about that. It doesn't say you can fulfill some of your dreams or just the realistic ones. No, it says every single one. That's a massive claim, and it's really the foundation for everything we're about to talk about.
And right away, here's the big challenge. It's one thing to hear a powerful quote like that, but it's a completely different thing to actually truly believe it applies to you. Deep down, this question right here is really where our whole journey begins today.
Okay, so let's start by exploring this idea of potential. The core argument here is that potential isn't something you have to go out and get. It's something you already have. It's your default setting.
The source material really boils it all down to this one single point. The only person who can actually stop you from succeeding is you. Now, this takes all the power away from things like your boss, the economy, or your past, and it puts it right back in your hands. And yeah, that can feel kind of daunting, but it's also incredibly empowering. Because if you're the obstacle, that means you're also the solution.
To make this idea of self-limitation a little less abstract, the source material uses this brilliant, super simple metaphor, the helium balloon. Let's see how this helps visualize the whole concept. Okay, just picture a helium balloon. What's its natural state? It's to go up, right? It doesn't struggle to rise, it just does. There are no built-in limits on how high it can go. It's just pure, upward momentum. And that balloon, that represents you in your natural state.
So, with all that natural lift, what's the one and only thing that can stop it? Just one little string. That's it. A single tether to the ground is all it takes to keep that balloon from its entire purpose. And this is where the comparison really clicks. Just like the balloon is held down by a string, we are held down by ourselves. The balloon can't reach the sky, we can't reach our full potential. But here's the crucial difference. You can see the balloon's string. It's external and obvious. Our limitations are internal and completely invisible. So this brings us to the most important question. What exactly are these invisible strings that are holding us back? Let's take a closer look. Now, this is such a critical idea to really let sink in. Nobody is born believing they can't achieve their dreams. These limitations, these strings, are things we pick up as we go through life. They are learned behaviors. And you know, the best news about anything that's learned is that it can also be unlearned. So what do these strings actually look like in real life? Well, the source points to a few big ones. It's when we settle for less than we're worth, or when we downgrade our own expectations to be more realistic. It's when we listen to what other people think is possible for us. But maybe the most powerful string of all is that quiet but constant voice inside our own heads saying, "You can't." That's the real anchor.
Okay, so we've identified the balloon, and we've identified the invisible strings holding it down. So now for the most important part of this whole explainer. How do you cut them?
The entire process of changing your life begins right here. It's not some grand plan or a lightning bolt from the sky. It all starts with a simple, quiet, but incredibly powerful decision. The choice to stop believing in the limitations and to start, on purpose, building new beliefs that actually serve you. And once you make that decision, it leads to a very clear path. It's really a three-part process. First, like we just said, you make that conscious decision to change. But just believing isn't quite enough. It has to be paired with being willing to do the work and also being willing to learn what you don't know yet. It's that combination, the mindset plus the action, that finally cuts the string.
And that brings us right to our final thought. This is the question this whole explainer is built around. So don't just read it. Really, take a moment and think about it. If you cut that invisible string, if you just stopped listening to that voice saying you can't, what would actually be possible for you? Just imagine that.